Hi Taurus, thank you so much for being here. I am Divine Femme Carrot 144. Very happy, grateful, and blessed to bring you this reading. This reading is designed for those who have their sun, moon, rising sign in the zodiac sign of Taurus. Unlimited to anyone who should find this message or should this message find you. For your reading, I will be doing a 6-card spread. We'll possibly get a major arcana. Everything has been pre-shuffled. You do have a message that wanted to come through. I did try to do your reading before this, and you had some kind of weird interference connected to a married couple who they don't like each other, and the Queen of Sword reversed. It was a Queen of Sword and a King of Sword reversed. Queen of Sword was coming towards the female energy of who the King of Sword is secretly in love with. And it not being the High Priestess, it was a High Priestess reverse. Also being accused of this. So I feel that the Queen of Swords speaking ill towards another female in order to try to have a female in a certain situation. And this being about return to sender. This Ten of Wands, burden type energy. Because in all essence, that Queen of Sword should be directing their energy and their hate or whatever it is that they feel that they need to do towards who it is that they're in the connection with in the first place. So let's go ahead and get your 6 cards here. Ooh, excuse me. Your 6 cards here. This will be not only about returning burdens back to where they came from, but about ending significantly connected to any kind of burdens that don't belong to you. Let's get your first card for Taurus. That's too many. First card for Taurus. Alright, we have the Empress and the Star. And the Empress is in reverse. I do get the Empress being in reverse because they have been mistreated. I also get this being about them not putting up with any bullshit. And because a lot of you as this Empress are not putting up with any bullshit, you're moving more into your destiny of the Star. Receiving your hopes, your wishes, dreams, and desires. Being seen and recognized also too for the amazing powerhouse of a woman and female mother, caretaker and loving person that you are. Also a great creator as well. The Empress is a card of 3. This will be a card of 17. This will be Judgment, with the card of 20 being Judgment. So that could be relevant also too as a part of the mistreatment. This could also be about awakenings to the truth of who it is that you are and what you do represent. And that you are the actual Empress, that you do have power, that you have a lot of power, and that you have no problem yielding your power in the magical way that you know how to do best. And just by being yourself. But I do get a lot of you being seen for the mistreatment that you've gone through, but then also being highly seen as a beautiful energy of the Star. And a destined situation coming through here for you that's taking place. It's in the stars. It's in the alignment. You're covered spiritually, very much protected. The energy of 7 of those white stars could be significant for you. And then the main star that I see here could be relevant as far as the sun. The star energy is about transmutation also and healing. It's the card after the antidote. And it's taking the woes of the world and transmuting that bullshit and making it work and turn in your favor. So turning ashes into gold is also what I get here too. And that'll be Saturn energy, where Saturn is one of the rulers of Aquarius. And we do have the new moon eclipse energy that is currently taking place right now for us. Today is February 17, 2026. And then the 2 vessel energies will be significant also here too. Alright, so let's get your second card for Taurus. 8 of Swords, reversed. I'm not stuck. Like someone wants you to believe, or people may want you to believe. This also came through next to the High Priestess reverse. So I just feel that's just going to confirm. And that came through in that first part of the reading I tried to do for you. That didn't come through. But the fact that it's coming out here again is only reiterating the message that you're not stuck in anyone's bullshit, in anyone's sabotage, in anyone's Three of Swords, or anyone trying to or attempt to bind you or have you not see, or to have you be in dire situations without love and emotion, searching for that water with your toe. Eights will be relevant as far as Scorpio energy, but I also get this being major karma for anyone that may have tried to have you stuck or to claim you to be stuck, and it's just taking me back to that Queen of Swords reversed with the ill intent. Swords will be air, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. It's very interesting. I just feel like you have some heavy involvement of some people here that you may not even know, and they're so involved in what it is that you're doing in your life, and that makes you even more of a star. Let's get your third card for Taurus, because you're not doing that for those people. Third card for Taurus. That's pretty dope. Lovers reversed. All right, so this also came through as a part of the reading, and I just see it being the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords reversed, and them having a lack of harmony in their lives, but also being one that's not a part of that situation. So as much as they may want you to feel that you're not the choice when it comes to that, you don't want to be the choice when it comes to there being no harmony in a situation, especially when it's connected to a third party. This will be Gemini energy. Gemini in reverse, I do get that being also about block. So these two energies wanting you to be blocked in some kind of way, and then that just kind of relating to what came through here with the Eight of Swords reverse, and them actually being the ones who are blocked. Also possibly being discovered, being seen, things being brought to light. Them being completely disconnected, emotionally, intrinsically, spiritually, maybe even physically, mentally. And then I do see like gray clouds here. Separating of the hands. There's just great disassociation here, and there's no love either. That's also what I'm getting here too. This great lack of harmony. Let's get your fourth card for Taurus. I do see where the third party could also be confirmed with the bodies here and then the body here. Fourth card for Taurus. Fourth card. Hotter than a hot dog stand. Because they're stuck in this. So this lover's energy of disharmony is pretty much what's going to be here. And this person may not be able to get it up either. They may also lack creativity. Like everything I said here with the mental, the physical, all that stuff being right here. And then someone who's also very egotistical. Again, hotter than a hot dog stand. Mad at themselves. Completely beneath the situation of you. This is beneath you, I should say here. But they're also, like, the fact that they're facing this, they're seeing what it is that they're a part of here too. So they could be reflecting on their own selves and their issues and how they're bound in a situation they don't want to be in that's very toxic. This will be a card of 6 here, speaking to the reversal 6 that's here. Looks very similar, but they're not. They're completely opposite. And then the devil card is a card of Capricorn connected to Saturn. And that's all I get here. There being no spark in this. It being completely dry and bland. And then that's just giving me more of that Queen of Swords and King of Swords reversed. This will be a component of that King of Swords reversed. Who's hotter than a hot dog stand. Alright, let's get your 5th card. For Taurus. Fifth card for Taurus. It could be too that they're not able to get it up because of the toxicities. Like someone may be drinking a lot or have certain addictions that keep them from performing. And they're mad. Let's get your 5th card. Sorry, that's not funny. 5th card. For Taurus. I get it being some kind of karma for the mistreatment of the Empress. 5th card for Taurus. Fifth card for Taurus. Why would you want to break up? Okay, so 6 of Cups in reverse. This will be a breakup. This did come through as a facade energy showing someone, and it was connected to the Lovers, and these were both upright, but the 10 of Wands was in between to show that someone was taking burdensome energy, which will also be here, and disguising it as a cup here that has beautiful flowers here, but in all essence it had that 10 of Wands burdensome energy connected to it. You've released yourself completely from this, and your dreams are coming true. And what you've left behind, this is showing how you've come into the star power, also too to show, you know, what you've overcame as far as being in third-party situations and releasing yourself from this, not being blocked or connected like someone wants you to be. And this just confirming this actually being a breakup here of a soulmate connection. Something not taking place, you not taking an offer, you saying no. Not being an option, not being a part of a third party, because then the 6 energy will also be here. And then I also got to, for that first reading I did for you with those 6s, those being very different. And this actually speaking to something that actually had potential. This just being complete disharmony. And with the way that it mirrors the energy of the Devil card and how this is upright will just confirm also too what I was getting here with the distinctions and how they're completely different. Cups energy will be water, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, and a Fucus. Let's get your final card. Virgo energy also here too. So there's a lack of healing that's needing to take place because there's a lot of toxicity that has come through with past connections, things that you have released that you're no longer stuck in. And then the upright 6 of this 15, creating a 6 will speak to that association. Final card for Taurus. Sixth card for Taurus. I also see that foot in the star card, like you're walking on water. That whole foot is right across the top of the water and it's not in it. I think that's pretty stellar. That could speak to your talent and your gift and also being seen for that as well. And then the 17 from the star card creates an 8, where the 8 of Cups came through for a lot of you in that first reading of walking away from anything emotionally unfulfilling. 6th card for Taurus. Five of Wands, and Justice card. So fighting, and it's coming underneath this energy here with the lack of harmony, the disharmony, the third party, the competition, all that stuff. Being completely unjust and unfair that someone brought you into a situation connected to third party. This is a low vibrational 5 here. Leo energy, and then also I'm getting Taurus, Virgo energy possibly too. But there is no competition near the star. And so the fact that someone did that this all just kind of goes back to this here. And the mistreatment from what's here towards the Empress. The Justice card in reverse, that's going to be energy of Aquarius. That's also a card of 11. But I also see a 9 here. That's more Virgo energy, Sagittarius energy. Where I'm getting Temperance reverse, and that was in your first reading also too. And there being lack of harmony or breakup connected to a potential of a Two of Cup, or a very strong soulmate connection and partnership. So justice, I do get being served for someone trying to keep false narrative of some past programming for their own selves and ego. To have women fighting over each other is also what I'm getting here too. Or to have themselves feel better by having a certain amount of women in their lives, and then those women fighting and then them feeding off of that. But I get this being karmatic action right here of what it is that they have tied themselves to, not getting themselves out of it or overcoming it, and having some sexual issues here as a result. Then you have the Eight of Cups in reverse, and that's not walking away from anything that's been emotionally unfulfilling. But I get this being connected to these people here, and it having nothing to do with you. This being all you here. And right there. Showing how you're not stuck or attached or associated to any of this melee. Four Cups reversed. I did see that here. And this could also be about, someone still wanting to fight, to hang on to you, to have you still be a part of this dumb shit. Maybe even pretending, keeping up the facade. They're having a hard time walking away from you because they're in love with you. And that is kind of what I said about that Queen of Swords, directing their attention to the wrong person and going towards the female that has nothing to do with someone else having feelings for that person. And they should actually address the actual person they're in that connection with who has those feelings to begin with. So this just relaying the energy of that actual person not wanting to release and let go. Creating a third-party situation. And then I also feel, too, like keeping up a fight of something connected to something that's very dire and very bad and very toxic, and that being completely unfair. And not letting go. Let's get your major arcana. And then I did also channel... Bosses don't roll in packs. This came through from... Black Queen, the song Black Queen by Slim Thug. And I feel that just kind of speaks to a true king. And that representation versus this kind of, what the fuck is this bullshit here? Of not having a king represented. The fact that we have a majority of reversals here too also speaks to a strong scorpionic energy, a very dark energy, very toxic energy, and then wanting to cover your shine with their bullshit. Let's get your final card for Taurus. That could even be relevant as far as like the third party shit. Like, that's a no. One card for Taurus. Justice upright. Boom, ching, ching. All right, Tauruses. All right, all right. Look at you in the universe having your back. All right, and that's the end all be all with this beautiful energy being upright also here too. I get the message coming through from the universe connected to the eyes being covered here too, and wanting someone's eyes to be covered or them to not see certain things so they can continue on with their bullshit. And that kind of being what we have here, and that speaking to how this is completely over because the universe is supporting you and has your back. You also had that as the Six of Swords upright as your first card, and someone being there for you to help you to move away from choppy waters, and someone wanting you to not move away, and it being past exes. So it could be not just one person, but multiple people, or a prototype of energies that you have left behind because it does not serve you. It is not fulfilling, and it does nothing for you. And so in you moving on, you are given, you have allowed and created your space for you to be able to move on and into your destiny here. As much as energies have tried to manipulate or send awful things your way, the universe has your back. And this is balance, this is restoration, this is the sunlight, this is healing. I see V energy, and that being right here. Justice for this bullshit. 11th house energy of Aquarius. This will also speak to your destiny and justice for that as well, and how you've been mistreated. You've come a long way. Everything happens for a reason. The journey has made you who it is that you are, and you're a wonderful star. And that's it. I can speak always in all kinds of ways around this and through this and what have you. The white in that card will speak to the divinity. I also feel too, it's getting away from egotistical men who do shit that's very unfair. They may have even been fighting with you, like just fighting for no reason, and then they're just being that being the lack of harmony too. Like they're being fighting amongst the couple, the actual couple, and then that 10 of Wand energy being double of this 5 of Wand and bringing that towards you with this bullshit here, and this just being done. You deciding no. And bringing fairness into your life. And because you're doing that, nothing outside of you that does not belong is going to subside. It's not going to stick, or it's not going to stay. It's actually going to be reflected and seen for the truth that it is, which is a complete lie. So let's see what's at the bottom. Beautiful darling. We have the Empress upright. I love it. Thank you, Spirit. So this is beautiful energy of the Empress. This was actually the last card that I had to fight through for your 6-card placement, because past energies wanted to be seen as almost like having the last word. Is very narcissistic. You'll find that with narcissistic traits. Not giving a fuck about your feelings or anything that you said. Their main point is to have the last word. And so this being about you being the alpha and the omega, and that being the high priestess energy from within, being very psychic, magnetic, beautiful, attractive, divine. And we do have that here. I even get this being the temperance angel with the 11 and the 3, and that coming together to create the 14, the temperance card being a card of 14, and being a beautiful angel. Of divinity, who's of great harmony, of great patience, being seen for this as well. You're also possibly going to be a justice bringer, karma bringer of some sort for anything that's been unjust and has happened towards you or has happened towards others. You being a way shower also, I feel too, is a part of your journey. You go through certain experiences with the power that you do hold, and how it is that you yield that power to complete successfully karmic cycles with the world card of 21, and that energy being present from within you, so that others after you don't have to suffer and go through things that you did in the way that you did. And that being what a true empress is too. Everyone can't wear that title. But being in this upright energy, this is about you being also treated fairly, right, and respected. Being very much in your Venus power and protected. And I also see Mercury here, so this could be about a connection that's coming through here for you. with strong communication of someone who's very mercurial and is an upright energy of an air sign and not a complete asshole, connected to someone where they may still be married or lying about a relationship that they have with someone who's directing false, or I shouldn't say falsely, but misdirecting their energy, negative energy towards you, and unfairly also here too. And I'm even picking that up as a part of that Queen of Sword energy in reverse, directing negative ill intent towards innocent females because of their choice of who it is that they decided to be with, who has feelings for someone else and can't control themselves because they chose someone who was not ready, who was toxic, and blaming an innocent person. All right, Taurus, so you are the star. You're the Empress. You're the karma bringer. You're a powerhouse, a major powerhouse who speaks in volumes in very, very mysterious ways. I also get that Mercury energy being connected to how it is that you communicate and not just being about a partnership. But a lot of you being seen as very, very sexy. I'm also getting that too. And just very graceful with your actions, your words, and making things happen successfully here. The Empress is a great creator, and you have the star card here. So again, wishes and dreams and desires coming true and through. You being seen as the beautiful star that you are. And the universe completely having your back and supporting you to make sure that you receive the rightful recognition that's meant for you and not the false representation of low vibrational and toxic energies who are still having problems being stuck on their levels and not making the choice, I shouldn't say wanting, but not making the choice to move on and move forward for the better. Losses don't roll in packs. All right. So Taurus, this was your reading. I hope that these messages were helpful, enlightening, empowering, and enriching here for you. I thank you all so much for your continued love and support. Welcome to all new subscribers. And until we meet again, I wish you all the very best. Take great care. I love you. Peace.